Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts Stocks and Crypto live stream. This is a swing trading and investing charts live stream for educational use. This week it is November 12th, 2023, just after 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week we have retail earnings for USA stock market. Coming up, we have Home Depot, Cisco, Target, Walmart, Alibaba, Macy's, Ross, BJ's Wholesale, JD.com, and more. The focus will likely be on Home Depot, Target, Walmart, as always, every year. Now, the economic data release this week, we have CPI and PPI and retail sales as well. So these three data points, even the unemployment claims, the FOMC is closely and clearly monitoring these data points. So it's actually very important. Current events, the USA stock market is still in earnings season. Unfortunately, Moody's company lowered its outlook on the USA's credit rating. They lowered it again down to negative. So the debt that's happening in USA and USA's credit rating has been downgraded. For crypto, BlackRock filed their spot Ethereum ETF with the USA SEC a few days ago. Also, strangely, the ex-FTX lawyer and several friend employees are seeking to create a new FTX exchange in Dubai. And the SEC also hinted that they wanted to maybe restart FTX with certain different procedures and protocols and staff. For me personally, because FTX was a fraudulent company and the former CEO, SBF, was charged as guilty on 7 counts of fraud, I believe that FTX Exchange should never use that name again. If they are going to create something new, probably need a new name. And then just the maximum security and safety protocols that are complying with the law in whatever country they're going to try to go to. So that applies to all crypto exchanges. And I'll get into that a little bit more later in the stream. Now, the stocks and crypto charts that look interesting, these are just a few, it's not all of them. But in stocks, XLK, technology sector ETF, a lot of tech stocks are at their resistance price zone or near the resistance price zone. Tesla, after a downtrend, has a potential inverse head and shoulders, so going to see if there's a bounce this week or not. Bitcoin and crypto had a nice rally for the past week based off of news, the Grayscale ETF news. Resistance price zone test. Ethereum also has a resistance price zone test. One news I forgot to write here is that Grayscale, the company, is trying to move forward with their Bitcoin ETF, basically. So they're taking additional steps and waiting on the SEC to approve or deny. So that's pretty much what's going on. Now let's go to SPY. Welcome everybody. This is stocks and crypto part of my live stream. If you have a question or request, just let me know in the live chat or in the YouTube comments. Keep in mind this is an educational live stream. SPY, S&P 500, we had a beautiful rally off of this low at the end of Halloween, end of October. Wonderful 7% to the upside. Now, some people have been asking me, what's going to happen? Are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? And quite honestly, a case can be made for both scenarios. However, right now, this price is basically trying to break out. That's why you see a lot of stock news saying potential buy point, because of their strategy is a resistance breakout buy. Meaning some people have this strategy where they're going to wait for some kind of significant break. For me, I have the opposite contrarian strategy. I wait for a low price, and then when it starts to turn around, I buy into that. That's why I'm having such great crypto investment gains right now. I bought very low low price, affordable price for a lot of cryptos, and every week is just great profits. But for stocks, it's different because we were in this downtrend for about 3 months, hit this low off the RSI, which double bottom. By the way, I talked about this for 2 weeks, saying we could have a bounce, and we had a massive bounce, 7%. So moving forward, I'm just watching these resistances very closely, 457, 448, and our support below it is 436, 429, and 422 below. There's a lot of lines there, yes, but I'm just keeping a close eye on it. The price is above all of these short-term EMAs. That's good. So that's why people are getting really excited. However, if you're a swing trader, you know that sometimes when it gets too high, it will pull back. So we had to pull back on this golden cross just a little bit, but it's still in the golden cross. So hourly's up crossed, wants to go bullish. The 4-hour is not quite there yet. It's very close. So I can imagine some bulls trying to push the price up, get the golden cross so we can try to rally to the upside. The daily chart, however, is not nowhere near. Nothing really happened with the death cross or the golden cross. So it remains to be seen, this price. Will we have a pullback? I can imagine giving two scenarios for people. We have a weekly that's building. We had a large bullish engulfing with a continuation candle. So it's not really red alert for me unless we get something like a shooting star. I'm trying to show the candle. Shooting star, bearish engulfing, two dojis, or evening star pattern. Those are the candle patterns that I'm watching for here in this area of 444. So you can see this upward resistance point here is what I'm really talking about. So we had a nice weekly bounce actually off of our 100 EMA on the weekly and see if that continues or not. But the shorter medium term time frames are definitely, they're not extremely oversold, but now we're trending up. And so we're kind of turning into this high low pattern. So we're going to try to push for the higher high this week and see if we get that pullback. QQQ NASDAQ is very similar. We had a 200 EMA bounce off the daily, small retest. This is a textbook setup in terms of how often it happens, right? We draw the resistance on top. We have the support on the bottom. We had deep support bounce, and we had a retest up here, gaps up in this uptrend, way above all the EMAs. Pivot points, there's still, it rested on the pivot point of 368, trying to bounce up to 387. Our short-term EMAs are crossed up, not even piercing out of the Bollinger Band. And so it's just really a matter of how much the trend can continue and if it's going to really rally in the next few days or not. Now, on this, the hourly of the overbought, this is kind of higher RSI here. And the 4 hours actually up crossed on the NASDAQ. So just something to watch out for here. On the weekly, we do have large green piercing candles. So again, the momentum is building. And if we look kind of zoom out in the long term, we just bounced off our 50 AMA and trying to break out of there. Dow Jones, everything is very similar. Dow Jones as well. We had this oversold and it's reaching to the top of the trendline resistance. H1 and H4 not extremely oversold or overbought on the top side. So it remains to be seen. How high can we go? It's not even extreme in the 80s up here. So I'm watching that. The analysis is very similar. So these indexes sometimes move in tandem, correlated with each other. So I'm not seeing a huge sell signal yet. So it's very news sensitive as well. Now, IWM is a different story. The Russell 2000 is actually downtrending on the daily. And I'm also seeing the bullish scenario, we could have an upside down head and shoulders breakout similar to Tesla. Similar to Tesla chart. So that's something I'm watching out for. If it does break bull, see if it goes maybe 6% or even 8%. That would bring the price above the 200 EMA. So some of these smaller growth stocks are usually the last to move. But this has very clear resistance and support levels. Resistance and support. Just watching that. The weekly, possible, we do have this entire range is that support level down here around the upper 160s. And it's not extremely overbought on the medium-term time frames, which is good. US oil here, we're looking at USO in the downtrend, low, high, low, and we're going to see if that bounces up to about the $74, $75 level. We lost the symmetrical triangle here. Almost oversold. On the H4, it is oversold. H1, we already had the bounce. So on the intermediate, I want to watch out for that. And this double bottom here, 70-20. Now, it looks like the hourly and probably 15-minute. Let me take a look at 15-minute. It's neutral. Neutral, but trying to make a move here to the upside. You could see the H1 just trying to inch up. So it could pull back down before we try to get up to 73. Because oil had a quite a large sell-off. Natural gas is why I just changed the chart. UNG, we had a very strong sell-off. So it was that inverse correlation where the stock market went up, but energy goes down. We've known this play since 2020. The inverse correlation there. So low, lower, high, and then it shorted down. So the next level support down for UNG is $6. Resistance at 684. I'm gonna watch for that. Let's go to gold. Now, gold had a large pullback. It's still in a golden upcross. However, we had this head and shoulders, which is bearish, down 2%. We hit that target. Now the RSI is neutral on the daily. Check the candles. Gapping down with that bullish, or excuse me, gapping down with the bearish red candles. And we're at the 4-hour 200 EMA bounce mark. So I will know if this is going to bounce. If we break above this resistance, it could pierce up into 181 and then it's hesitating. But I like this upside down hidden shoulders on the resistance. This could be a longer term bounce play here. Also, the H1 is also oversold, so there could be some kind of bounce, short-term bounce on gold. Silver, we have the death cross inside of this parallel channel. Long-term, this could be some kind of, looks very strange. I'm going to be honest. On a weekly, this kind of looks like a extremely large upside down head and shoulders. So silver's hesitating, and this could be some kind of continuation pattern if I'm very sensitive to the charts. We could actually break out 8% eventually out of here if the market crashes. So I'm watching to see if this higher low holds above 1993 or 20 and see if that actually could bounce up to 23. That could be good. However, in the short term, I do want to be aware of it's still death crossed and it wants to test its support down here. But long term, it's looking kind of suspicious. Go to copper here. Very messy chart. Copper is still in the downtrend, but I am seeing a very, very large triangle. Draw that in. Symmetrical triangle. So I'm going to use a conservative measurement, maybe half of that measure move. So 12 to 25%. I like that it's still holding the support here on the bottom side, not quite piercing above the resistance. But if it does happen to rally, go up to 24, pull back 23, and then you will see something like that in the $26 range. However, it is a metal, and there's some correlations with the market. So closely watching 2176 to see if that breaks or not. Now, what was I talking about? Tesla. So Tesla, this is a very short intermediate move, but in terms of the long-term targets, we hit the $200 target. So there's a psychological $200 mark. But if I zoom in, this is what I'm talking about. There is a potential bullish inverse head and shoulders here that it might not go, it might not rally, but it just identify it on the chart and it's a maybe. So 10%, possibly 20%. I mean, we have to factor in Elon Musk in the news, but the low is 196. We have $200 even somewhere around there on the yellow line. And if I start to box this in, we can see it's kind of a channel and bouncing off. Now, this could totally fail and go down to 193. Then we might have a double bottom play, but it's very interesting looking. I just did gold. Thank you for joining. I just covered gold. So GLD is the ETF for XAU USD gold. If you have a specific question, let me know. So TSLA, trying to see if this is going to hold the higher low here at 205 and see if this could blast off to about 250 for Tesla. However, because the other market like XLK, etc. here, right? You see this breakout. So this is not, it's not quite extreme oversold or overbought here on the top. I keep saying oversold, but it's overbought here on 80s. So I kind of wanted this to pull back a little bit more, but somebody got really excited. Big money came into the market and buy. So, okay. Interesting. Let's take a quick look, rapid fire, at some of the other sector ETFs. Always good. We had beautiful double bottom, super rally. XLC, we had an oversold bounce. It's at resistance now. So now it's at resistance. That's what I'm saying for XLK. We are at the ceiling breakout point. We are either going to break out or we're not. We're going up more or we're not. Okay, so that's why I'm very closely watching for any deep pullback to kind of dump on the FOMO bulls. That's why I was talking about this as a potential maybe, and it just had a wild bounce. We had a double bottom. That's why people are saying it could extend. It should, if it's going to extend, it could go up to 184, and maybe we'll fight up here from the level 2. Right. XLRE, this is not quite a perfect upside down head and shoulders because it needs to come down more. But I like the fact that it bounced up that price. See, energy here is not quite oversold XLE, but if this goes a little bit more down, then we might have a rounding bounce. XLY as well. In terms of everyone's trying to have this higher low bounce. It's not quite a perfect upside down head and shoulders, but I do like hammer candles. It's all good. Now, the question is, should I buy now? It's questionable. It's questionable. It depends on value because I'm a deep value trader and investor. I like low price, good stocks and ETFs and crypto. So I don't like personally buying up here and trying to long because my risk is the immediate candle that we're looking at, right? I can say it might go 3% up, but 1% stop loss on there for trading is just, it's so close, right? So I like to have more of a protection, which is somewhere down here. It starts basing, hammer candle, reversal candle, and then people bought overnight in the Asia and European sessions, right? So if I buy here, then I'm up 8%, and then I didn't even have to execute my stop loss. So I like buying sometimes earlier in the middle of a move and then let it go up and then take the profit there. Somebody had a question about Europe. So just a side note is, again, this is just an educational live stream. I always recommend to other people to seek out professionals and professional advice in their own country, because every country, the laws, the style, the regulations, the requirements, it's all different for major countries and companies and corporations, right? So it's basically different everywhere. So I recommend trying to find a professional in your area, or just professional advice about that, about stocks and crypto, etc. So let's go to the global indexes. Just do a little bit here. Global. Let's take a look at China stock market. And we do have this bounce. So we didn't quite hit the 786 here. But let's see if this measured move should go 10% down. We hit that first conservative measured move of this sim triangle. So on China, it was oversold bounce. Now when it gets here, I need to see a little bit more evidence, right? I do kind of see a bullish momentum a little bit, but that data is more important for China. Nikkei as well. We had this double bottom that I highlighted, and we perfectly went all the way back up into here. So Japan had a nice rally. Hang Seng, and this is Hong Kong. So this is kind of turning to like upside down, head and shoulders, kind of looking. I'm just caring more about the support. I don't really want it to go down below 17,000. I'm not personally trading this, but if I were to trade some kind of Hong Seng ETF or something like that, then I'm watching this because I like that it's lower here. I don't want to buy it when it's up here. I want to buy it when it's low, and you want it to go up with a stop loss. Euro next. So this is nice in that we went from an uptrend into a reversal pattern to a downtrend, but finally we might get a reversal here, possible upside down head and shoulders with neckline breakout. If this is true, we should go 3 to 6% to the upside, targets up here at 1350 and 1389. But also we need to not retest this 1269 area down here. So these are these two levels of support. We also had a double bottom. So there's a lot of signals to reverse and buy in the market. Let's go to UKX. Even here in the UKX, I remember drawing this, right? I don't know how long ago, but this is the kind of setup that we like. If somebody's trying to play like a UK stocks ETF or something, index ETF, this is how I'd play it. It's in this wedge, but again, the ceiling, the resistance at the top, there is support, 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 support. And it's not quite touching the support, which would be 7235, but it's closer to the support level. That's why there's some relative value here after this double top crash. So we'll see what happens. They kind of had their red day on Friday. SenseX is an India exchange. Little bit unsure on this chart, right? It's not quite 100% going up. It might go down. The way to figure that out to make it more sure is you draw the trend line. We did have that gap up, so the market is correlating with the USA stock market. But because it is a gap up, it's a little suspicious. Last time we had some gap ups, it went up, down, bounced, and crashed, right, on news and data. So that's what I'm watching for. Just want to make sure I'm not falling for a trap as a bull coming in right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be the last part. See if we get an A, B, C correction to the downside. So I'm not long stocks at the moment. I already took my profit. I shorted and took my profit and longed and then I took my profit. So I'm not going to open anything at the top right here. That's just not my style. No way. Canada as well had a nice double bottom on the RSI. See if we get that continuation or not. And Australia still under this resistance. So that's why just be careful because we have a shooting star into a bearish engulfing candle and see if that is going to pull back down to 6,900 or not. Okay, let's just move on to crypto. Welcome everyone to the crypto segment of the live stream. Swing trading and investing technical analysis for education. If you have a question, just let me know in the live chat or request on YouTube comments in the future. Let's go to total. We had a beautiful ultimate rally here. It was wonderful. And so again, this is what I'm talking about in crypto, is that we need tremendous patience as an investor. As an investor, I learned from crypto, studying the charts and living through it. Sometimes I have to wait 1 year. Sometimes I have to wait 2 years. So this is turning into an ascending triangle pattern, and the mega target should be 50 to 60% to the upside. 50% should go to about 1.82 trillion, maybe even hit 2 trillion. But this right now, as it stands, we are getting overbought. We're losing some momentum on the daily. It's still green, so it's not extreme pullback yet. But if this keeps blasting off to the upside, it will create bearish momentum. The weekly is just starting to get into the overbought territory. H4 as well, still in the uptrend. H1 still in the uptrend in terms of EMAs. Daily, still golden cross, right? So if this is the real golden cross, then our EMAs should follow. We could pull back down. I'm not going to be surprised if we have red days or red week. Could pull back down to the EMAs, any one of these as support, and then we need more buyers and more good news to push us up to the upside. That's what we need. Okay, take a quick look at some of these other ones. Total 2, we are in the uptrend, but it is kind of selling off a little bit as well in total 3. Bitcoin futures, we did have a shooting star and we're in the overbought territory. So as a trader, it's caution. As an investor, I just know we could pull back unless we have mega news. That's good. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance just to see. BTC.D. So there's a pullback here, and the MACD is starting to move up again. But it is interesting to watch here. We can see this rally and then Bitcoin go down, the dominance. So again, it's not really in the oversold territory here for us to ready to blast off. So it could pull back the market. Let's take a quick look at the rest of the cryptos. So just for full disclosure, I am an investor. I am long Bitcoin and a bunch of altcoins, several altcoins. I have my investment no-touch portfolio. I'm just going to leave it in there for a while. I got a good price on Bitcoin, so everything is profit for me. At this point, I do have stop losses and targets, but those are long-term. Now, in the medium term as a swing trader, what's probably going to happen with Bitcoin? It looks like it wants to pull back a little bit just for a short-term pullback. We do have this overbought area up here. H4 still in the uptrend, H1 as well, but we take a quick look at our pivots. I like the price above the white pivot point. We're just below R1 resistance. Next target is 40,000. So psychologically, we have to break above 40,000 and continue the uptrend to the upside. The weekly as well is reaching a weekly pivot. So I like the next pivot is 60,000. If we break 40,000, we're starting to hit this overbought area. I do like this rally, right? My analysis was, okay, high, low, barely higher, high, higher, low. That's why I entered and we capturing this beautiful profit. Now, can it pull back? Yes, it can. It could pull back all the way down to $30,000 Bitcoin, and I'm not going to panic because I wanted to hit that. I don't want the market to crash, but I'm saying it's not healthy for the market to go straight sky high. That's kind of unsustainable. So I would like to see this natural stair-step pattern. Let's get some good news every week or 2 weeks and try to increase the rally. Get more buyers. It's also holiday season. So in crypto, there's the quote-unquote Santa Claus rally or Christmas rally, just because holiday spirit here in the USA. It's going to be Thanksgiving, holidays, other religious holidays. It's just because America really celebrates Thanksgiving and Christmas. So see if we get that nice bullish rally. People are excited about that. Many altcoins are rallying as well. Now let's focus on the big ones. Ethereum, golden cross with a nice uptrend rally off of that support. So I like support. Remember, I've been talking about this for months and weeks. This support, I entered Ethereum here, caught the bottom, and this is all profit for me on this leg up. I'm up like 35% on Ethereum, which is totally fine. Now, if it's going to pull back here on 1925, 1900 is that line in the sand. We don't really want to lose that psychological. It could pull back and then try to see another bounce because this kind of looks like it's getting real. You know what I'm seeing on the chart? High, low, High, low, higher high, higher low. We should go to 2,600 or even $3,000 Ethereum if we're going to get a good rally for this time. Love to see it. Shorter term time frames, we could get that pullback. Nothing's completely oversold now, so it's all about the trend. Binance Coin bounced off that bottom here, and we're at the resistance point, 256 as well. Binance Coin would be interesting to see some kind of upside down head and shoulders before it rallies to the upside. But the pullback, try to see if it comes down to 229 or not. Breakout would have to be above 265. Now Solana. I know my paper trade, I shorted Solana, but in real life, I'm long Solana. So we had the paper trade I had to short, I had to close it. I'll show you later. But I think I have like a paper trade in here or something. Oh, it got deleted. Well, okay. I guess it got deleted. But I did have, oh, you can see here, I did have a sell here that I guess the paper trading got reversed. But in real life, I am long Solana. I don't know how much percent. Let's see. Approximately, I'm up like over 100% on Solana right now, maybe even up to 125 at this particular candle. But at this point, let me take this off. I don't want to see the orders right now. There we go. I want to log out of there. So again, real life matters more than paper trading. I'll talk about paper trading later. But we had this beautiful golden up cross, and I went long here. Now, right here, I am seeing shooting stars, okay? So this could pull back. I'm not saying to anybody long right now. This could pull back. We hit this R3. The support to the downside is 49.7743 and maybe even 38, okay? So we didn't really pull back all the way to get my mega support level. But sometimes in crypto, when it starts going up, you just have to buy. Okay, you don't want to. It's just we don't want to buy at the top because that's almost instantaneous losses after like a week or two. So it's all about buying low and letting it go. I'm also up Cardano. I actually bought the bottom of Cardano here below sub 25 cents. Love it, right? This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna talk about this maybe as a support level for I don't know how many months now, 3 months. But psychologically, mentally, do I want to, just be honest, do I want to buy at A, B, C, or D? As a long, I don't want to buy at A. It's too high. I don't want to buy at D, which is right now. It's too high. I like B down here. I like point C down here. These are arbitrary numbers, just random. But I like the fact that my analysis was this. This is my thought process. It's very simple as an investor. Okay, crypto, are there any major problems like legal lawsuits, fraud, something super illegal going on? There kind of was with FTX. That's kind of over now. SEC kind of backed off the lawsuits. Ripple won their lawsuit. Grayscale might have Bitcoin ETF. So that's enough positive news. Now, when I come to the chart, I look at it and say, and think, where am I? I do some technical analysis, right? What's going on here? Turn off my indicators first. What's going on here? Am I going up? Are we going sideways or am I going down? We came from a downtrend for almost 1.5 years, then started going sideways. And I'm saying, okay, sideways is okay with me. I see a support, boom, right here, 24 cents. And I see a resistance, 40 cents. All right, so then I say support, support, support. When it's right here, upside down, head and shoulders, buy, 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 buy. Simple. I don't have to think any more than that. I have enough experience and knowledge in this industry that when I see a setup, you buy it or I buy it as a long. This is resistance. Now we're approaching the resistance area. So we're going to get some kind of little poke out of the price frame. I just call it poke out, but a little test. And you don't want to be the last FOMO buyer up here, right? So it's just going to test it. It's going to poke out the price. It might wiggle around here, meaning consolidate, right? I use those terms to make it very easy on people just to understand and visualize. But we're going to have a potential retest of the resistance and possibly consolidation, possibly a pullback, a bounce, and then maybe a double top in technical analysis terms. But the fact that it's up here, I like it because I'm already up 66% profit. And now the next target would be another 66%. That's 66 cents. Double that would be about 120%. And then even triple that, we're going to get to like the dollar area almost. Right? So I like this. This is turning into a large, gigantic monthly double bottom. So if we happen to break here, I mean, this is going to go ballistic to the upside moon, possibly to $1. But, you know, that's why. On the monthly, there's a Morningstar buy signal right here. That's why just being very sensitive to that. I caught it before. I actually participated in the creation of the bullish signal. That's how early sometimes I like to be. I like to get. On the daily, there's upside down head and shoulders. On a 4 hour, if you're a 4 hour trader, there's two oversold RSI levels and the EMAs are up crossing. So there's like 5 to 10 signals depending on what time frame and mentality strategy you are using. I am also long XRP, up a wonderful plus 20% on Ripple. And again, this is just one of those plays. When it's building, when the setup is building, and I see support, 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 support. We had this fake out long here. It's pulled back. This is not going lower. I said maybe it's the support, and then it is, right? So when I say maybe for myself, I actually might buy it 50% up to the upside. Beautiful. Now, 61%, it should go to that 90 cents range. Here, if it's going to pull back, it could pull back to 58 and then try to bounce back up to the upside. But I like that we still have room here. I like the high-low pattern, right? You see this starting to snake its way up to stare its upstairs. I like it, even though on the weekly there is a shooting star. It could pull back, right? But if it's going to pull back, that's fine. 58 to 53, no problem, right? But as an investor, I am not selling right now because I'm a longer-term hodler style. AVAX, look at this incredible rally. So remember, in the October stream, yes, it was bleak and it was dismal and it was really sad. But we look at this high in terms of, even I'm getting so excited about the charts, right? We just have to take a look at this double bottom. How did it do this, right? Double bottom W, and then we had a massive. Yes, I should have bought AVAX, but I made 100% on Solana, so I'm not even complaining right now. Right, so that's why we had 100% on AVAX. The shorts got destroyed here, double bottom. So am I going to buy this now? No, because I was talking about this so many times, sub $9, that maybe something's going to happen with AVAX. So it's an overbought. I just walk away from those. DOT as well. We went from oversold to overbought. I'm not even going to touch that. Dogecoin, we had a support level bounce right here, 36%. Beautiful. It's not quite overbought. It's losing momentum. We could see another one rally or leg up as well. SHIB, I am long SHIB. This one I'm only up 12%. It didn't really go up that much for me. Maybe 15%. But I'm long-term hold, and I do like the longer-term double bottom here. It's just SHIB's kind of an old coin, and no one really cares about it right now. But if this keeps slowly rallying to the upside, I'm trying to get my 100% profit on SHIB as well. But if it pulls back, see, that's okay too. Matic, beautiful double bottom. And the day trader's having fun with this one. But 83%. It could go all the way to $1.10, the extra 20% here. But my style is I like to buy this double bottoms. I like to buy the support, and then all of this is profit, and you just walk your stop loss up and then take the profit. Adam as well had this nice breakout, but watch out, we're getting to the overbought territory. Near as well, we had a beautiful oversold bounce. This is looking like it's starting to almost trying to trend up on some of these shorter term time frames, right? Starting to lag here. There we go. And we have this bounce. We had that 200 EMA on the 1 hour. That's an oversold area right here. Just watching out for it. But this kind of turning into a hanging man candle up here. Just kind of be cautious about that. The only good thing is high, low. Maybe could higher high. That's why. Litecoin as well. Long Litecoin. off the potential dirty upside down head and shoulders, meaning slanted. I like this. That's why I'm long here. Still long. I'm like up 70% on Litecoin. It's still good for me. And I like that the weekly, this is building. So I'm expecting more continuation for the next 6 months. We also have the Bitcoin halving coming up. Uni, this is beautiful upside down head and shoulders that actually went. So again, I'm not trading every single altcoin. I pick my favorites or the best chart at the best time and I just buy. There's too many cryptos, thousands of cryptos, hundreds of cryptos, and I'm not trying to buy the entire crypto market. Or Link, we had beautiful continuation, and this was already upcrest on the daily, so that means it was uptrending. That's why it went 120%. Tron is still uptrending as well in the overbought, so watch out for the pullback. Bitcoin Cash, pretty tired. It's halfway here in the RSI mode, but as long as the lows hold down here, we could try to see, make sure this, it's already been retested down negative 10%. So see if that's going to bounce up to 273 if we have a nice bounce. Ethereum Classic had support bounce, beautiful, right? I'm already up this like 30%. So I'm holding it for now, trying to see if we can break above this triangle, the blue triangle. And we're just starting to poke out at the price right here. That's why. If we can hold above 19 and 20, we are good. Algo as well. Huge, very large rally, 50%. This could go a little bit more, maybe 12% for the 618 bounce. But all coins bounce and just had beautiful. XLM as well, I'm up about 10-20%. I have to check the exact buy point, but I believe I bought somewhere down here in October. So sometimes it's not even exact for me, right? It's just general higher. I think I bought right here, if you want to be exact, right below 11 cents, because I saw this higher low forming. So to give accurate number, 19% profit on XLM. It's not that much. It's pretty good though. In terms of symmetrical triangle, we tested that back test. This looks like it wants to launch. That's why. Still holding out on XLM, trying to get over here at the 15 cents to 16 cent range. VeChain, gotta love it. I'm long VeChain as well. And I have the support as an investor, right? Bought this somewhere around sub 20 cents. So probably about 30% profit. It's beautiful. But now it's at the resistance. So you have to understand that once people get excited about their investments, they're in profit, that means it's already up a lot. So I'm not telling anybody to buy now. I'm just showing people my thought process, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step of how did I even find it? How did I know how to buy? It was coming down. We had a higher low. That means there's a level of support here on demand, another higher low, and then buy. For me, that's all I need to know. Just watch out for the pullbacks. Mana also had a beautiful upside down head and shoulder. We had everything rally on crypto. Mana up 50%. So if somebody bought that, remember I drew this last time, a couple streams ago. We have a support level, everyone, and watch to see if that's going to bounce or not. Filecoin as well. Beautiful 50%. So Filecoin, even though it's a small coin, had a level of support and broke out of its triangle. We see if we get continuation. H-bar as well. When I drew this, we're up 30% on H-bar. Waves as well, right? I had an alert here for a short, but right here in terms of when that was triggering, that short did not activate, and it's actually up 50%. So I actually should erase that. Now the long breakout, there was actually another alert here for the final 13%. But waves, you can see it's a large triangle next level of resistance, like 235. 280, 3 and 330 area. $22, right? 21%, and see if this tries to go up anymore. High, low, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, right? Try to get to 53. So EGLD had a wonderful rally. Now, if this golden cross on a lot of these altcoins, try to see a pullback. Phantom, just everything at a rally. So just try not to FOMO too much. That's all I can say is buy support, try to buy as low as you can, and then just let it ride as an investor with stop loss and protection and risk management and position sizing. Okay? Great. Yes. Thank you for that. but again, positive energy. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to point someone out. I'm just reading a comment right now. But I want to just close off the stream by saying we want to be careful of emotions. Okay, so I've been trading stocks and crypto and investing stocks and crypto for 5 years now, over 5 years, and basically what I learned is the market should be boring. Okay, if you have knowledge, skill, strategy, and capital and experience, the market should be boring. Okay, because what I've learned is when I see a lot of green or red, that triggers people's emotional response. And so when people have an emotional response, they get stressed out, they get anxious or too excited, and then we're not thinking logically anymore. We're going off feel and body chemicals, right? So that's why, like serotonin or dopamine, right? So that's why just the physiological and the psychological mental part of it is for me. I try to just give it energy just because it's a live stream, but in real life, like I try not to get too excited because emotions are deadly in this game, in the market. So that Wall Street is, the Wall Street quote is, we want to be either a bull or a bear. So bulls are green, right? We're kind of strong-headed. We want to stay in the market, right? We're optimistic, basically. Bears are patient and they like to attack, right? In terms of they're strong, but they're also kind of just patient. But they want red. But what we don't want to become are pigs. Pigs are stubborn and they won't change. So for me, I'm obviously a bull. Okay, I've been a bull for like this whole year. But there are times in the market, like on Bitcoin right here, for example, where we were not going up, right? We were not going up in this area. End of 2021 all the way down to 2022. So for over 1.5 years, we have been in just a massive downtrend, and a lot of traders, bulls, were suffering just mentally or in their accounts. Hopefully nobody held it all the way down. This is the reason, everyone, why I did not try to dollar cost average and buy in this zone. I have enough experience as a long. I just passed on a lot of cryptos. So maybe I played this one, but when we had the big dump, I said, this is the big dump. So we just wait for it. And I was patient enough and I caught crypto here, 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 and here, right? That's why from experience, I try to buy the bottom, support, support, support. So that's why I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or put anybody down. I'm trying to just pass on advice and knowledge and information that I've learned from my time in the market and experience and studying. So the fact that it's up here and we're at a resistance, as a swing trader and a day trader, want to just be careful because the contrarian attitude is better. Contrarian attitude, right? Because when it's at the resistance, it's dangerous. When it's at support, it's scary and nobody cares and everybody is sad and depressed and not excited. And they quit the market, they quit the charts, go do something else in their life. But for me, when I see the support, I know do not run away. This is where the bull's mentality comes into play. When it's really red and scary, don't run away in your mind. Don't turn the computer off. I mean, you can stop trading and to protect your capital and your money, but just it's like mental. And I'm just that kind of person. Something gets a little dangerous, I'm actually going to get more attentive. I'm going to pay more attention. I'm going to get in here and be like, what am I missing? What am I missing? What do I need to look for? Oh, support bounce, resistance bounce, buy at the bottom. That's what I did. So that's why I just passed out on that information to people. Okay, everybody. Hope you have a great trading week. Let's get excited about the holidays. I could get excited about that. You know, we have some holidays here in the USA, got Thanksgiving break, Black Friday shopping. I'm going to do some shopping Black Friday just to have fun. And then, December, we have Christmas and we have New Year's. So it is the time actually to be excited. I agree with the holidays in whatever your religion and country is. But here in USA, it's time to, yes, also take some profit or manage trades, but there is that just like normal life relaxation part about life. So thank you so much, everybody. Hope you have a nice week and happy trading, everyone. And I will see you most likely next weekend, probably the 19th November, most likely 19th Sunday afternoon night. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.